first ceremony. It's on. All right, now we can hear it. Here we go. As I said, if I got that. All right. We're trying to get the kinks out. Had a little bit of a seating issue. We're going to fix that real quickly with our students. He's got to hustle. There it is. Come on, come this way. I have no idea. Good. All right, students, go be seated. Students may be seated. After a little delay there, I would like to welcome you to the Whiteland Community High School 2020 graduation commencement ceremony. At this time, I'd like to invite Nathan Cavaleri to the microphone to give our opening remarks.
Dear parents and friends, we want to thank you for being here today to celebrate this milestone with us. In order to dignify the ceremony, please do not applaud or cheer when our names are called. Each one of us has family members who are listening for our names. When you clap for one of us, the next person's name may not be heard. Please help us celebrate by your quiet attention. Class of 2020. Right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nathan Cavaleri, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Whiteland Community High School Class of 2020 graduation. There we go. All right. Is not working. Come on. There we go. All right. So I ask that you please stand. And gentlemen, Move. All right. Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Thank you. You may be seated.
Good job. All right, we are going to work through this. We're going to get there. Good morning. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. On behalf of the graduates, I would like to thank you for joining us today to share in this celebration. This ceremony is the culmination of many years of hard work, and this year, most of all, for all of us, patience. Today, that hard work will be rewarded with a high school diploma for our seniors. Students, I told you before, I'm so proud of you. And congratulations for being here this morning with us. I wish you well in your future endeavors. And remember that you should always be proud that you are a Whiteland Warrior. As we begin our program this morning, please allow me to introduce the individuals who are seated on the stage and to each side. If you would, please stand as you were introduced, and please hold your applause until everyone on the stage has been introduced. First, to my right, Mrs. Beth Poe, School Board President. And he is not here today, Dr. E. Curtis Harris, School Board Vice President. Mrs. Laura Cope, School Board Secretary. School Board members, Mr. Brian Baer and Mr. Craig Cook. Our Superintendent, Dr. Patrick Spray. Assistant Superintendent, Dr. John Schlosky. Associate Superintendent, Ms. Kimberly Pfeiffer. And our Director of Business, Mr. Jay Staley. Seated on the stage with me, Assistant Principal, Mr. Duke Lines. Assistant Principal, Mr. Brent Holman. And seated to my left of the stage, Valedictorian, Sophie Venter. Salutatorian, Trevor Moorman. Class of 2020 Treasurer, Nathan Cavaleri. Class of 2020 Secretary, Amar Heer. Class of 2020 Vice President, Lane Stevenson. Class of 2020 President, Chase Ferguson. If you would, please at this time help me to welcome these individuals and to congratulate all of our students. Say something to them about standing back from the mic. It helps. Be seated. I would like to take this time as we begin to honor our 2020 Teacher of the Year, nominated by her colleagues and students, Ms. Dana Griffin. Next, I would like to congratulate our recipient of the Holly Harlow Award for her service to the school corporation and community. Our winner this year of the Holly Harlow Award for 2020 is former math teacher, Mrs. Janet Garner. Next, it is my sincere pleasure to introduce to you our first speaker for the day, Vice President of the Class of 2020, Lane Stevenson. Stay back.
Good morning, Class of 2020. Welcome to your graduation ceremony. I know this isn't what any of us expected, but here we are. Today, I was given the task by our administration to give a quick speech, so here goes nothing. On my first day of high school, I remember getting super nervous. To calm my racing nerves, I popped in my earbuds and started playing my former theme song, Forever Young by Alphaville. As I ignored the morbid lyrics about the Cold War and nuclear fallout, I focused on the chorus. Forever young, I want to be forever young. And as if I were in a 1980s John Hughes movie, I walked into the main building with all the confidence in the world. As a freshman, I lived by those lyrics. I pursued anything that I thought could be fun and only fun. The memories I made, including setting up my friends during lunch to rap battle much older seniors, spilling the beans on any drama I got my hands on, and racing my friends in the back of our robotics meetings on what we called rolly chairs. School was easy and life was good, but it got a lot harder as time went on. Then, senior year hit. I realized that I couldn't act like I did my entire high school career. As a senior and vice president of our class, I had to grow and become a leader. With the help of my teachers and many students sitting among you today, I was able to transition from little child to young adult. Now, the primary purpose of school may have been to learn the material in order to pass your classes, but I would argue that the most important part of high school are the life lessons we learn along the way. You see, when we all get older, I can almost guarantee you that we won't remember much of the material we learned. And honestly, if given the task, I doubt that 50% of us could write the quadratic equation right now. However, the memories and life lessons we learned here were priceless, and I know that those will stick with us for the rest of our lives. Thank you.
Great job, Lane. Now, it is my honor to welcome the class of 2020 Secretary, Amar Heer, who will be giving his remarks. There you go, buddy. This one, have fun.
Good morning to all our friends, family, and staff. Thank you for joining us today during a historic commencement that no one will ever forget. I would like to start off by saying congratulations to all my peers for graduating. This is a major accomplishment that we all worked so hard for. It's been a crazy ride from the start of our academic tenure to now. The ride got a little bumpy near the end, but we made it through. We made it through this ride with the support of our awesome staff, friends, and family. So thank you to them, but also thank you to them for always saying something that I never really understood till now. Those closest to us always said, the class of 2020 is special, which then in return I thought, well, we are like every other class, but turns out we aren't. We're graduating during a global pandemic that is affecting everyone's lives. We went from classrooms to connected learning just in one day. We went from going out every day with friends and family to staying at home to save lives. We also went from counting down our final days of senior year to just hoping we as a class can see each other one last time during these tough times and have one last memory together, which in return shows why we are special. We are willing to make these adjustments and sacrifices for the better of the world, even if we have to take some losses. Some worry about the future of this country because of the situation we are in or the political atmosphere. But trust me when I say this, the class of 2020 that is sitting in front of me, which will be future doctors, engineers, teachers, and politicians, will change the world because we are special. We are strong, and most of all, we are warriors. Thank you, and again, congratulations to the class of 2020.
Great job, Amar. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce the salutatorian for the class of 2020, Trevor Moorman.
Thank you. I'm a lot better at math and science than English, but calculus doesn't really help when you have to write a graduation speech. I'll try my best though. If I had to choose one word to describe the class of 2020, it would be resilient. We've gained resilience by living through uncertainty. Most of us were born around 9/11, and we only remember living in a world defined by the uncertainty following that tragic event. Similarly to how several security measures were implemented after that day, We have all seen the increased presence of school resource officers and had to get used to wearing lanyards daily. I'm still surprised that we didn't have to wear those lanyards today. We also had to endure standard-based grading, which I think we can all agree is something we'd rather forget about. The class of 2020 couldn't even get a break our senior year with the switch to block scheduling. Then, just as their time here at Whiteland Community High School is coming to an end, life decided to throw us the greatest curveball of them all, COVID-19. Graduation is already a time filled with uncertainty, as this is the first time in our lives that we truly get to decide what we want to do with our lives. However, no matter what your plans are after high school, COVID-19 has thrown a wrench into them. Yet again, we have been met with uncertainty. Uncertainty about our plans after graduation, our plans for the summer, and even whether this graduation was going to be held in person or online. Now, it may seem odd to talk about all the times the class of 2020 has had to face uncertainty, especially when several of these events aren't our favorite memories. However, I think these times of uncertainty and the struggles that came with them have defined this class and made us stronger and more resilient. All of this is just proof that no matter what life throws at each of us and all the unique challenges that we will face in the future, we will be ready to face them head on. Like Gever Tooley once said, persistence and resilience only come from having been given the chance to work through difficult problems. Thank you, class of 2020, and I wish you all the best.
Great job.
Next, I would like to invite Sophie Vinner, valedictorian of the class of 2020, to the podium to give her remarks.
I've never been a fan of endings. So as I face the end of high school, I remind myself that this is more than an ending or a time to reflect on all that high school was. It's also a transition into something new. And no matter where we've gone before or where we'll go next, we've all made it here together. As we're transitioning into this new chapter of our lives, I can recognize that the simultaneous ending and beginning that we are experiencing is also apparent in a book series. In a series, even though each book is distinct, they aren't wholly separate from each other. The ending, or epilogue, can blend into the beginning, or prologue, of the next book. Right now, we are in both the epilogue of high school and the prologue of our next chapter. We can both reflect on the past and prepare for the future. In the epilogue of high school, I'm reflecting on the past 4 years. Just like each character in a book series serves a deliberate purpose, the people of the past 4 years have had a deliberate purpose in shaping who we are. First, I think about God's hand in my life and how everything has come and will come from Him. I also think about my parents, who've given me endless opportunities and love me unconditionally. I can never fully repay you guys, but I hope that I can always make you proud. I think about my siblings, Sam and Savannah. Sam, I look up to more than he knows, and Savannah, I don't know how I'll manage without you just across the hall next year. My grandparents, who have always listened to my stories and told me their own. I feel so blessed to be your granddaughter. My best friends, who inspire me and build me up. My aunts, uncles, and cousins, who have always cheered me on. My coach and teammates, who have helped make the tennis team a place filled with friends who push each other to do our best. And our teachers and counselors, each one of whom has given me skills that will help me over the next 7 years and beyond. These people have helped me become someone prepared to enter the next chapter and determined to do my best to make a difference. Thank you to all of you. In the prologue of life after high school, I'm reminded that this is still the rising action of the rest of our lives, and we have more freedom than ever before to decide what to do with the time that we're given. I also recognize that, while we're given a new beginning, life doesn't restart with every new chapter. I'm glad that it doesn't, because no matter how different life may look for us next year, the lessons we've learned and the relationships we've built over the past few years have made us who we are. In the prologue, I'm looking ahead to the next chapter, while acknowledging that we'll still be connected to our past by how it's changed us. Endings are tough, and so are transitions. Whether we want to try all new things next year or keep things the same, I believe that each of us can draw from this ending to create a great future for ourselves and the world around us. Congratulations to the class of 2020, and good luck.
Thank you to all our students for their speeches and remarks today. Before I present the graduates, I would like to point out those individuals in this graduating class who are wearing honor diplomas medals. These students have earned an academic honors diploma, a technical honors diploma, or both. Would those students please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Next, we would like to recognize those students who are wearing honors cords during their high school careers. These students have been a part of a service organization and/or an honor society. Would those students please stand to be recognized? Congratulations. And finally, in the class of 2020, we have a number of students who will be entering military service who are not here today because of their military obligations. We also ask that any graduate in attendance and any service members in attendance in the crowd, please stand to be recognized. On behalf of everyone at the Whiteland Community High School, we thank you for your service. Parents and guests, it is now time to present the class of 2020. As we do so, students will come to the stage to be recognized by row. At the end of each row, there will be time to applaud and celebrate for your students. As your student crosses the stage, if you can, please refrain from individual celebrations, as we want to make sure that the students' names that are announced and the next name of the student can be heard by their family as well. Thank you for respecting the wishes of the administration and staff and the students in that. Members of the Clark Pleasant Community School Corporation Board of Education and Central Office Administration, and on behalf of the faculty and staff of Whiteland Community High School, I certify that the members of the class of 2020 have fulfilled the requirements for graduation as prescribed by both the Department of Education for the state of Indiana and the Clark Pleasant School Board. Therefore, it is my recommendation that these students be granted diplomas as evidence of their graduation. Stay back, man. You need something to put down, or are you going to put your hand there?
The first group that I will read are our class officers, and as well as names, last name Adams through Beal. Sophie Jill Venter. Trevor Allen Moorman. Chase William Ferguson. Amar Heer. Nathan James Cavaleri. Lane Prescott Stevenson. Nicholas Richard Adams. Ethan Daniel Albers. William Connor Albright. Dana Renee Anderson. William Michael Anderson. Prableen Athwal. Brady Allen Badsian. Brendan Scott Bailey. Taylor Jean Baker. Manjot Singh Bala. Supreet Bala. Liam Elijah Baldwin. Odyssey Micaiah Banks. Jaskiran Carr Banwait. Samantha Barajas. Sean Michael Barrett. Caitlin Alicia Basham. Logan Jennings Beers. Andrew Joseph Beal. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Eve Victoria Cole. Whitney Skylar Cole. Lydia Luann Collier. Brian Wayne Collins. Anthony Dale Columbar. Ethan Robert Bielich. Joshandeep Bangu. Kenneth William Thomas Black. Weston Cole Blanford. Kylie Jean Bloom. John Eric Douglas Blythe. Deacon Walker Boer. Madeline Parker Boone. Gregory Ryan Allen Booth. Brendan Jeffrey Bovard. Logan Patrick Boyce. Walter Leo Brady. Karan Preet Singh Brar. Joseph Robert Brewington. Jack Dylan Bridges. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Logan Christopher Britt. Parker Evan Brock. Ashley Suzanne Brown. Houston Riley Brown. Jacob Matthew Brown. Caitlin Grace Brown. Vincent James Brown. Isaiah Matthew Bryant. Jenna Jody Bryant. Ashley Anne-Marie Buckler. Eli Roman Bowie. Zane Joseph Burnside. Mary Nicole Cabaluna. Noah Alexander Cagle. Lily Mae Kane. Ty Nathaniel Kane. Caleb Elijah Camacho Rowe. Jalen Isaiah Camp. Gabrielle Ann Campbell. Sydney Grace Campbell. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Bailey Asher Nolan Coop. Macy Claire Joanne Fiesel. Clayton Monroe Fields. Kaylin Nicole Fields. Trenton Edward Flack. Christian David Fox. Kendra Katie Fox. Haven Emily Canner. Satasha Nicole Capps. Adelaide Grace Carpenter. Catherine Rose Cassidy. Manveer Kaur Chahal. Sanveer Singh Chahal. Caitlin Mackenzie Chisholm. Mackenzie Amber Chittum. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Jalen Marie Chrisman. Christian Patrick Clancy. Amy Joe Clark. Donovan Hunter Clark. Jaylee Kenna Clendenin. Kristen Rochelle Cole. Lauren Priscille Koulibaly Racine. Brenna Marie Cribbs. Cheyenne Renee Cummings. Jasmine Fatima Darby. Madison Michelle Darling. Manuel LaShawn Davila. Jade Imelda Davis. Zachary Aaron Davis. Emma Nicole Dean. Dylan Matthew Deaton. Luke Riley DeWitt. Gurpreet Kaur Dhaliwal. Jessica Dillon. Taryn DeRay Dickerson. Mason Curtis Diddock. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Seth Gosnell. Megan Marquez Dillard. Devin Michael Dixon. Kendra Katie Fox. Michaela Leanne Fox. Alexis Nicole Franklin. Ayla Marie Hardcastle. Landon Landon Russell Hargraves. Blake Nicholas Harris. Emma Grace Harris. Jonathan Ellis Richard Hogger. Destiny Anna Marie Hawk. Wesley Paul Hawk. Hayden Van Hendershot. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Darren Anthony Dobbs. Selena Maria Dominguez. Noah Michael Donaldson. Abigail Marie Doherty. Michaela Joanne Duff. Ian Zachary Dunbar. Dawson Lee Dwyer. Nicholas Evan Eanes. Travis James Eck. Macaulay Parker Eisenmenger. Damian Brooks Ellis. Jalen Marie Engel. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Jeffrey John Fudger. Tara Jolene Fudger. Gavin Gerhardt. Lanaya Germany. Matthew Dale Gearman. Nick Anthony Gill. Ramneet Gill. Kevin James Girdler. Colin Andrew Godar. Andrew Alexander Gonzalez. Dayanara Victoria Gonzalez. Truly Christine Gordon. Jonathan Lee Grant. Camden Grinstead. Eric Lewis Grizel. Madison Diane Grismer. Grace Elizabeth Grow. Cole Stephen Gross. Crystal Renee Hager. William Chase Hall. Alexandra Marguerite Halley. Jenna Renee Hampton. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Deron Donnell Henderson. Chari Darlene Hernandez. Zachary David Hicks. Kaylee Lynn Hickson. Banal Numbala Har. Jasmine Yvonne Hood. Kaylee Ann Hopkins. Dennis Hervat. Brady Glenn Hudson. Alyssa Jardine. Jacob Edward Johnson. Caleb Michael Johnson. Wilney Joseph. Tony Michelle Joyner. Carmen Deep Carr. Iqbal Carr. Jasleen Carr. Parampreet Carr. Samara Carr. Simarjeet Carr. Simran Carr. Shelby Noel Keller. Savannah Lynn Ann Kinney. Esther Keontae. Nicholas James Klinner. Lauren Nicole Knapp. Cannon Mitchell Knight. Griffin Alexander Cook. Danielle Elizabeth Kohler. Jonathan Tyler Laughlin. Keegan Michael Law. Caleb Lee Lawrence. Cody Michael Lewis. Taylor Lee Latham. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Joshua Andrew Lopez. Karen Guadalupe Lopez Salazar. Reese Ellen Lott. Nayla Lugardo Pineda. Gavin Michael Lutz. Tiffany Nicole Lynn. Tyler J. Madsen. Herbaj Manjal. Macy Lee Margraf. Mallory Mackenzie Margraf. Lisa Josephina Mariscal. Madison Lynn Martin. Vanessa Grace Martin. Zoe Renee Martin. Nicole Grace Mazzarella. Kaylin Nicole McCarty. Brooklyn Nicole McCormick. Joshua Tega McCoy. Evan Michael McCracken. Zachary David McElfresh. Elizabeth Jane McMichael. Sydney Lee McWilliams. Ava Dorothea Messer. Devin Matthew Miller. Payne Ivel Miller. Kiera Lynn Mitchell. Nikel Mitchell. Emily Janae Moore. Jonathan Doyle Morrison. Kaya Marie Moyer. Jacob Fount Muir. Layla Yukanovich. Wesley Allen Munn. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Taylor Nicole Nazario. Cameron Rochelle Neffel. Hannah Marie New. Luke Zachariah Nicholson. Taylor Christine Niehaus. Michael J. Nino. Ariana May Nixon. Zachary Tyler Norman. Brock Xavier Norris. Jayla Grace Northern. Jason Thomas Robert Nugent. Matthew Tyler Olmstead. Rebecca Orange. April Orozco, excuse me. Haley Nicole Ortiz. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Mark Lucas Papini. Krish V. Patel. Garrison Russell Pelfrey. Samantha Marie Pendleton. Andrew Percival. Jose Alberto Perez. Jacob Mitchell Phillips. Kaylin Christine Phillips. Travis Cortez Phillips. Zoe Isabella Piketty. Trevor Blake Pike. Mackenzie Dominique Pittman. Hannah Lynn Pittman. Samuel Christopher Pohl. Ethan Michael Price. Abigail Lorene Prine. Alyssa Lauren Prine. Madison Elizabeth Pulliam. Samuel Jacob Purdy. Tyler James Pertleball. Chelsea Marie Rabe. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Faith Marie Rector. Holly-Ann Nicole Reed. Jared Andrew Reynolds. Caitlin Elaine Richardson. Zachary John Ricketts. Melissa Nicole Roderick. Taylor Jake Roderick. Richard Lee Robb III. Adam Michael Roller. Mercedes Lee Roop. Dakota Allen Rubeck. Dakota Lynn Russell. Vishjot Sandhu. Jacqueline Sandoval. Runrim Sangbawi. Liliana Erli Santiago. Abigail Marguerite Savin. Darian James Shear. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Caleb Andrew Schultz. Jacob Daniel Schultz. Joseph Gabriel Cerna. Peyton Kennedy Shepard. Rachel Lauren Shin. Braden Mitchell Ship. Savannah Lynn Shireman. Brianna Jean Simpson. Harjinder Singh. Jason Singh. Karan Veer Singh. Navkaran K. Singh. Prabjot Singh. Rebecca Page Slevin. Justin Michael Smolsty. Kalijah Lee James Smith. Eric Allen Smith. Logan Austin Smith. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Riley Nicole Smith. Storm Michael Smith. Dylan Dwayne Smock. Dylan Michael Solt. Dalton Bradley Spangler. Lauren Catherine Spear. Garrett Allen Stanifer. Caleb Michael Starneri. Wesley Ricky Allen Steele. Dominic Wayne Stewart. Ashley Nicole Stribe. Kelsey Grace Sturgis. Gabriel Daniel Sturm. Nicholas Patrick Sullivan. Michaela Ann Servants. Sean Gabriel Sinesal. Caitlin May Taylor. Faith Antoinette Taylor. Marlena Eloisa Taylor. Paige Alexis Taylor. Madeline Rose Thompson. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates. Mahala Michelle Thompson Smith. Haley Ann Tusios. Ayana Ray Trafford. Dylan Martin Trigo. Samuel Lee Trout. Jamie J.C. Turner. Caden Malay Turner. Jonathan Robert Underwood. Amber Allison Valdez. Gerardo Delgado Vargas. Kajal Verma. Miranda Page Viway. Patrick David Viles. Julieta Villalpando. Erica Dawn Walling. Alexis Nicole Watson. Jackson Scott Webb. Taryn Welch. Reed Nathaniel Wilburn. Devin Allen Williams. Kylie Tay Williams. Bryn Michael Wilson. Michael Robert Wilson. Haley Marie Wingo. Caleb James Wolf. Brandon Eugene Wood. Logan Daniel Woods. Gabrielle Wright. Kobe Joe Wright. Vanessa Marie Wright. Faith Capri Young. Kyle Andrew Ebed Zajac. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates.
Hey, come here. Good work. At this time, I'd like to bring up Chase Ferguson, Class of 2020 President for the changing of the tassels. Just for you, they brought the share.
As the president of the class of 2020, I am honored to lead us all in the changing of the tassel. The changing of the tassel from right to left is a tradition that signifies graduation. Fellow seniors, please rise. Seniors, please place your right hand on your tassel. Seniors, please move the tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations, you are all graduates of the class of 2020. Shout out Box Chow and God bless America. Thank you.
You want to say it with me? Why don't you go where I was. That way you can do it with him. You didn't even introduce me, man. That's all right. I knew who you are. Congratulations, guys. We're about to finish up here. As we conclude our program this morning, I would like to thank you for your attendance and sharing in this graduation ceremony, honoring the accomplishments of the class of 2020. It is my honor to be your principal. We ask, as we finish the ceremony, that you all remain seated until all graduates have exited the field. And at the conclusion of the ceremony, we ask that guests report directly back to their vehicles and not congregate today in the parking lot. The students will be returning to their vehicles as well after they exit the ceremony. Now, class of 2020, I was going to tell you to rise, but you're still with me, so stay risen. On behalf of the Clark Pleasant Board of School Trustees in the state of Indiana, I accept the recommendation of your graduation. Congratulations to you on your hard work and dedication in a most trying and difficult year. You all have earned the honor of being Whiteland Community High School graduates. Now, this group missed out on a lot, and I didn't want them to miss out on one last tradition, and I'd like to share this with all of you today. This year, one of our bigger traditions for our senior class every year is the countdown in the atrium of the building. This class will be the first one to get to do the countdown on the football field together, and I'm excited to do this with you. So I invite all the senior class to stand and count down to 10 with Chase and I to conclude our ceremony today. You ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'd like to take one last moment here to thank everyone for being in attendance today. It's such a great thing that we get to do this for our seniors today. Seniors, congratulations. I wish you the best on your journey. This concludes our ceremony for the day. Seniors, stay in your seats for the processional.